Good morning. This is Kusuma from MBA department. Today I am here to discuss about principles of management. So management concept is universal in nature. It is applicable for everyone. So it is a fundamental subject for the management graduates. So now I am going to discuss about the introduction part of management. So here the concept of management is nothing but, so it is a process of administration and controlling the affairs of the organization. So it is simply, in simple words we can say that management is managing the things in the organization, doing different types of activities, different types of events, planning, decision making, all these activities comes in the organization. So all these activities comes under, all these terms comes under the concept of management. So in simple words we can say that management is managing the things. So the concept is having, the management concept is having so many definitions. Different authors has given different definitions to this concept. So now we will see some of the definitions, some of the important definitions in this concept. So first definition is, according to Henry Fayol, management is to manage, is to forecast and plan, is to organize, is to command, is to coordinate and control. So according to Henry Fayol, so management is nothing but managing the things in the organization, forecasting and planning the things, organizing the activities, giving commands to the subordinates, coordinate with each other and controlling the affairs of the organization. So it is a definition given by Henry Fayol. Next, another person has given another definition, that is according to Harold Kuntz, management is, it's an art of getting things done through others. So it is, management is art because the manager should possess some extraordinary skills in order to coordinate with all the people, or in order to give commands to the people. He has to give orders and instructions to the subordinates, and the subordinates has to work in the organization. So they need to listen the words of manager. So that's why in order to command or in order to give instructions, the manager should have that commanding skill and all those capabilities. So when coming to the nature and importance of management, so management is universal in nature. So as I said earlier, it is universal in nature. It is applicable for every people, every organization, every human being who is living in the on the universe. So it is not only restricted for organizations or business or any companies. So it is also applicable for everyone. So every day we are practicing, unknowingly we are practicing different types of management activities, like we are planning the things, we are taking number of decisions in our day-to-day life. So it is also applicable for individual life also. So that's why it is universal in nature. Next, management is intangible. Management is intangible. We can't see. Intangibility means we can't see and we can't touch the concept of management, but we can feel the results of the management. So we can see the style of managers, but we can't see the concept of management. In that sense, it is intangible. Next, management is situational in nature. So according to the situations and circumstances, we need to change the style of management. So that's why it is situational in nature. That means according to the situation, our plan should be changed. According to the circumstances, our decision should change. We can't apply the same plan or same decision for every situation or every circumstances happens in the organization. That's why it is situational in nature. Next, management is a complex activity. So management is a complex and difficult activity because the managers need to control each and everything in the organization. So they need to control the activities, they need to control the people. So managing the people is very difficult, complex activity, because people may have, human being may have different types of mentalities, different types of attitudes. So all the human beings may be physically alike but not mentally. So different mentalities people will be there in the organization, different backgrounds people will be there in the organization. So in order to manage all those people, it is a difficult task for the manager. So in order to manage the people effectively, the manager should possess some extraordinary skills. Next, management is effective decision making. So the concept of management itself is decision making. So decision making means choosing an appropriate alternative among available alternatives. So managers may take number of decisions in their day-to-day life. So they need to take effective decisions every time. So if they implement ineffective decision, that may leads to loss for the organization. So in order to avoid such problems, here the managers need to take effective decisions. So the effective decision making itself is called as management. Next, management is a continuous process. So it is a continuous process, it is a cyclic process. So the concept of management or the activities like planning, decision making, it will be repeats again and again. Next, when coming to the levels of management, we are having three important levels. First level is top level, middle level and lower level. So first, top level, the people who comes under top level means chief executive officers, board of directors, managing director, chairman of the company, vice president of the company. So all these parties comes under top level management. So these top level management people are meant for planning and decision making. Major planning, all those strategic decisions will be in the hands of top level management. So these people should possess conceptual skills. So conceptual skills means conceptual skills or analytical skills are nothing but ability to understand the situations from all the dimensions. So if they are able to understand the situations or problems from all the dimensions, from all aspects, they may come with a better solution. So that's why top level people should have conceptual skills and analytical skills. Next level is middle level management. Middle level people are nothing but, middle level management is nothing but all departmental heads comes under middle level management. So these people should possess human relation skills, because these are the mediators between top level and lower level management. So that's why they should possess human relation skills or motivating skills. Next, lower level people comes under supervisors, foremen, clerk, assistants. So all these parties comes under lower level management. These lower level people should possess technical skills, because these are the people who are dealing with the machines and all those equipments. That's why these people require technical skills. So all these are the levels of management. So in management we are having three levels: top level, middle level and lower level. Next, when coming to the functions of management, we are having 5 important functions. Those are planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. So these are the 5 important functions we have. Additionally, 2 more functions are also important, that is communication and coordination. But among those 7, these are the 5 important functions. Now we will discuss about all these functions. So first one is planning. So planning is the primary function of management and it is applicable for every level of management. So before that we discussed about the levels of management, right? So here every level is meant for planning. So according to their boundaries, they need to plan the things in the organization. So planning is a primary function, very important function. All other functions of management depends on the planning. So planning is nothing but deciding in advance, right? Thinking before doing, what to do, how to do, where to do, when to do and who is to do that particular activity. So planning is very, very important. Without planning we can't perform any activity in the organization. Next function is organizing. Organizing is nothing but after completion of planning we need to go with the organizing function, that is grouping the related activities and assigning those activities to the people, and along with that assignment of duties we need to allocate, the manager or the superior need to allocate some authority and responsibility to perform the tasks. So that is the function of organizing. Next, staffing function. Staffing function is all about maintenance of human resources in the organization. That is, it comes under HR department. So the HR department people has to perform this staffing function. They need to hire the people, they need to train the people, they need to compensate the people, they need to maintain the employees in the organization. So all the human resource activities comes under staffing function. So this function will be performed by the separate department, that is HR department, human resource department. Next, directing function. Directing function is also very important function. So directing is nothing but giving directions to the people, and it is also called as leading the people or guiding the people in order to achieve the common goal of the organization. Next, controlling function. Controlling is after directing we need to control the activities of the organization, or we need to control the performance of the employees. So here the manager need to perform well in the organization and they need to control the performance levels of the employees. So if any employee is unable to perform well, they need to motivate the employees, they need to provide some additional training facilities to those people, and they need to encourage the people in order to increase their productivity, individual productivity and organization productivity. So controlling is all about controlling and improving the performance of the employee in the organization. So these are the functions of management. Next, when coming to the Henry Fayol 14 principles, it is also called as principles of management. So these principles of management was proposed by Henry Fayol. He is a French mining engineer. Based on his experience, he proposed these 14 principles to management. So that's why it is called as administrative principles. So that's why Henry Fayol became the father of administrative management. So all these are the 14 principles. First one is division of work. So first principle is division of work. Division of work means dividing the work and assigning those works to the people or subordinates according to the interest of the person, or according to the educational qualification of the person, or according to the specialization of the person. So we need to allot the work. The manager need to allot the work to the subordinates according to their interest, according to their educational qualification. If it is not done, if the division of work is not done properly, it leads to job dissatisfaction of the employee. If employee is dissatisfied with his job, that leads to loss for the organization. That means he may waste the resources of the organization. So that wastage leads to higher cost of production. That higher cost of production leads to low productivity and low profitability in the organization. So that's why we need to perform this division of work principle effectively in the organization. That means the managers or the superiors need to allocate the work or divide the work among the people according to the subordinates' interest. Next function is authority and responsibility. So in order to complete the task, everybody needs some authority, right? So the authority is nothing but having some power, ability to command, ability to give instructions to others. So here, after assigning the work, the manager need to give some authority to perform those tasks. Without authority, nobody can perform the tasks in the organization. So when the person accepts authority, they need to be feel responsibility also. Authority and responsibility should be in a balanced way. So we should not mismatch with this authority and responsibility. We need to share the authority as well as responsibility in a equal manner. Next one is discipline. Discipline is nothing but obeying the rules and regulations of the organization. That means able to follow the rules and regulations which are formulated by the top management. If anybody is violating the rules, then the managers are having ability or capability to punish them. So they are having right to punish their employees. So for smooth functioning of the organizational activities, here discipline plays an important role. Everybody has to obey the rules and regulations of the organization. Next principle is unity of command. So unity of command means here a group of employees should have only one boss. They need to get instructions and orders from only one boss, not from the multiple bosses. So here one employee or a group of employees should have only one boss. Multiple bossism should not be there in the organization. Next, unity of direction. Unity of direction means the manager need to direct all the employees in one particular path only. So in order to achieve the organizational objectives, we may have different paths, different ways may be there, but the manager need to identify the effective path which is most economical, which reduce the duration of the entire project. So they need to identify those economical ways or economical paths, then they need to direct all the employees in that particular path only. Next, subordination of individual interest to general interest. That means here every employee may have their own interest or their own goals in their day-to-day life. But once they enter into the organization, they need to work hard or effectively contribute their work towards the attainment of organizational goals only. They need to leave their personal goals and personal interests. They need to work hard to achieve the organizational goals. If once organizational goals are achieved, automatically their personal goals may also achieved, isn't it? So that's for example, if organization is able to produce more productivity, if they are able to gain more profits, that profit will be shared to the employees in the form of salary hike, in the form of payment of bonus, allowances, incentives, etc., etc. So in that way their individual goals may also fulfill. So that's why here the employees has to work hard in order to achieve the organizational goal, not their personal goals. Next, stability of the personnel. So it tells about the job security of the employee. So here every employee should have some job security. Without that job security, he can't perform in the organization in an effective manner. So the management need to provide job security for the employees. Next, remuneration. Remuneration principle tells about the payment system or compensation, regarding the compensation of the employees. So every employee need to get fair and equitable wage or salary according to their contribution. So vertically there should be a discrimination, wage discrimination or salary discrimination, but the people who are performing in the horizontal level, they need to get the equal payment. The manager should not show any discrimination in the payment of remuneration. Next, equity. Equity represents equality. The manager should treat all the employees equally. They should not show any partialities based on the caste, based on the community, based on the religion or region, etc., etc. So they need to treat all the employees equally. Next, initiation. Initiation principle tells about that here the subordinates need to take initiation in order to participate in the management activities, in day-to-day activities like day-to-day planning, day-to-day decision making, etc., etc., because all those are the routine works. So that the lower level people or the lower level management can participate in that particular planning and decision making activities. They need to come forward to take part in the management activities. When they are coming forward, the management should welcome those employees. Next, centralization. Centralization talks about the authority. So we have two types of authority: centralized authority and decentralized authority. Centralization of authority means having the entire power in one particular single hand. So that means retaining the power in one particular hand. So that is called centralized authority. So it will be suitable for the small organizations where we can see less levels of management and less number of workers or employees. But it won't be suitable for the large organizations. So in large organizations we have to follow decentralization of authority. Decentralization means delegation of authority or sharing the authority to other levels of management. Next principle is order. Order means everything in the organization should be in a systematic order. Either it may be people, either it may be materials, machines, whatever may be that, it should be in a systematic order. We need to arrange, the manager need to arrange all those things in a systematic order. Next, scalar chain. Scalar chain represents, it's a flow of communication. That means the communication should be in a two-way channel. So that means here in communication also we are having one-way channel and two-way channel. So in organizational aspects, two-way channel of communication is most preferable. That means the sender will send the message and the receiver will receive the message, and after receiving the message he need to respond towards that particular message. That means giving feedback, etc. Next, unity is strength. So it tells about the unity. So people of the organization should be united, then only they can defeat any type of problems. Any type of problems and any type of situations may control with the unity of actions. So people should be united. So all these are the 14 principles of management which was proposed by Henry Fayol. Next one, introduction about planning. So planning is a primary function of management. So it is applicable for all levels of management, right? So planning is nothing but deciding in advance what to do, how to do, where to do, when to do, and who is to do that particular activity. So planning plays an important role in the organization. Without planning, nothing can be performed in the companies. So here we have one particular definition according to M.E. Hurley. Planning is deciding in advance what is to be done. It involves the selection of objectives, policies, procedures and programs from among alternatives. So choosing the alternatives or fixing the targets, objectives comes under the concept of planning. So it is, in simple words we can say that planning is deciding in advance. Next, nature and importance of planning. So planning is an intellectual process. So when we are planning the things, we need to apply our brains, we need to apply our intellectual properties, then only we can come with a good plan, isn't it? So that's why planning process includes application of intellectual abilities. Planning is a primary function of management. As I said earlier, planning is a foremost and very important primary function of management. All other functions of management depends on planning function. Next, planning involves futurism, isn't it? So planning involves futurism. That means in order to perform the future activities, now we need to go with the planning process. In that way, it is futurism. Planning involves decision making. So planning always includes decision making. So as I told earlier, decision making means choosing the effective alternatives or choosing the best alternative among available alternatives. Planning always includes decision making. So planning is goal oriented process. So why the managers are planning in the organization? In order to achieve the common goal. So here every organization may have their own objective. So here every activity leads to accomplishment of that particular objective. So here planning is also meant for achieving the organizational objectives. Next, planning is a continuous process. So as management is continuous process, the concept of planning is also continuous process. After accomplishment of one objective, again the management will fix another objective, and then we need to plan the things, we need to take the decisions, and all functions will be performed, as well as it is a cyclic process. So that's why it is a continuous process. Next, when coming to the types of plans, we are having single use plans, standing plans. Single use plans means once only we use that plan, that is programs, budget, projects, methods and schedules. According to situations and circumstances, all these things may change, right? So that's why all these comes under single use plans. Next, standing plans. Standing plans means it will be forever, it will be for long period of time. We can't change in a near future. That is objective of the organization, policies, rules and regulations, all those comes under standing plans. Next, the concept of organization. So organization is nothing but it is a place where people are coming forward, coming together and contributing their efforts in order to achieve the organizational objective or goal of the organization. So here organization is constituted with different departments. So like purchase department, production department, HR department, marketing department, R&D department, like that. So many departments will be there. According to the conditions of the organization and size of the organization, they may have number of departments. So if it is a small organization, we can see major departments. If it is a big organization, we can see more number of departments. So here organization is compared with the human body. So human body consists of so many organs. Every organ is performing their own task, isn't it? So we can't replace one organ with another organ. In the same way, we can't replace one task with another department task. So purchase department is responsible for purchasing of raw material. Production department is responsible for producing the goods, isn't it? Marketing department is responsible for distribution of goods to the ultimate end user. So they are performing their own activities. We can't replace one department activity with another department activity. So all these departments and activities are interconnected with each other. So when coming to the principles of organization, here we are having certain principles. Principle of span of management. So span of management represents the number of subordinates under one particular manager. So it should not be wider, it should not be narrow. So we have to fix medium span which will be effective in the organization. Next, principle of objective. So every organization need to formulate their own objective. So objective is nothing but it is a target or aim of the organization, what they need to achieve in future. So every organization need to be having particular objective. So without objective there will be no meaning for the organization. So for that we need to work hard. So every employee has to work hard in order to achieve those objectives only. So before establishment or after establishment of the organization, first they need to formulate their own objectives. Next, principle of flexibility. Principle of flexibility tells about organization system should be flexible, because every business organization will be influenced by two important factors like external factors and internal factors. So based on the environmental changes, we need to change our system. So So we need to change our activities in the organization. That's why the entire organization system should be flexible. Then only we can alter the things. Next, principle of continuity. So after that, every organization should be forever. Business organization should be forever. So after accomplishment of one goal, again and again they need to fix another goal, another target, and again they need to work hard to achieve those targets. So it is a continuous process and cyclic process. Next, principle of cooperation. So principle of cooperation represented about cooperation, coordination among the people. So whereas all the departments and all the activities of the organization are interdependent on each other, in that case we require effective coordination and communication among the people. If coordination fails, the entire organization may fail, collapse. So they have to bear the losses. So that's why here everybody has to be coordinated with other departments and other members of the organization. When coming to the organization structures, we are having two types of organization structures, traditional structures and modern structures. So organization structure means, so it is a graphical representation of people and their positions in the organization. It will give clarity to the people who is the boss and who is the subordinate, what are the roles of boss and what are the roles of subordinate. So for that clarity, every organization need to follow one particular organization structure. So we are having so many structures are available here, that is traditional structures. So traditional structures are again classified into four types: line organization, functional organization, matrix organization and committee organization structure. So line organization means it is a simple structure and very easy structure. It is vertical in nature, so it is very strong in discipline and it is very simple to understand. So it will be suitable for small organizations. So next, functional organization is proposed by F.W. Taylor. So his main intention is higher productivity of the organization. In order to increase the productivity of the organization should be equipped with more specialized people. So this structure was developed by F.W. Taylor in order to increase the productivity of the organization. So here we can see more number of specialized parties, office specialists and shop specialists. Next, matrix organization. Matrix organization will be suitable for the organizations where they are dealing with different types of project works. Here we are having two bosses, like departmental head will be there and again project head will be there. So this matrix organization structure is violating the principle of unity of command, but it is effective in utilization of human resources. Next, committee organization. Committee organization means here we can see in one particular department we can see more group of people. Committee represents group of people, right? So each and every department is constituted with group of executives. So finance committee, HR committee, marketing committee, like that. So group of people will be there. By using this organization structure, we can solve difficult problems and complex problems very easily. And when coming to the drawback of this particular organization structure is it is very expensive. That's why it will only suitable for large undertakings or large organizations where they are enjoying profits every time. Then only they can bear that cost. Next, when coming to the modern structures of organization, virtual organization, cellular organization, team structure and boundaryless organization. Virtual organization means here the people of the organization may be scattered in different locations and they are connected with various technologies, information technologies, available information technologies. With that, all the people are working hard to achieve the organizational goals. Next, cellular organization. The word department is replaced with the cell. So here the department may perform all the activities, but the cells will perform only a specific activity. So they are specific in nature, so they will perform only the specific activities. Next, team structure. Team structure represents there will be no superior subordinate relationship. So all the people will be work as a team and they will achieve the organizational goals. So in IT sector, in software jobs nowadays we can see all these team structures everywhere. Next, boundaryless organization structure. Boundaryless organization means there is no limitation or boundary for the people. So they may participate in the management activities, they may give their own ideas, they may give their own opinions, they may share their views, etc., etc. So that the organization may come up with a better solutions and best things in the companies. So they may create wonders in the organization. So the most successful organizations are following this boundaryless organization structures, because everybody can contribute their ideas and opinions in order to grow the company or in order to get the development in the company. So that is about the various structures of organization. When coming to the delegation of authority, so delegation of authority or decentralization of authority are both are same. Delegation means in order to perform the tasks effectively, here the authority should be, the power should be shared with the other members in the organization. Like when we are having 3 levels of management, top level, middle level and lower level. Top level people are they will delegate some authority to the middle level management, and middle level management will share some authority to the lower level people. So without sharing the authority, nothing can be performed in the organization. So in order to perform the tasks effectively, the people should have that authority. So that sharing of authority is nothing but delegation of authority. So if we see the definition according to F.G. Moore, delegation of authority means assigning work to others and giving them authority to do it. So first we need to assign the task, and after that we need to give some authority to do that particular tasks. And next, when coming to the span of management, span represent, as I told earlier, span represents the number of subordinates under one particular manager or one particular superior. So we are having 2 types of spans, wider span and narrow span. So wider span means having more number of subordinates under one particular manager. Narrow span means very less number of subordinates under particular manager. So we should fix medium span, not either nor lower. Next, last concept is departmentation. Departmentation means dividing the entire organization based on the functionalities or activities. So here we are having different departmentation process, departmentation by function, departmentation by product, departmentation by territory, departmentation by process and departmentation by time. So here the entire organization may be divided into different departments based on the activities, based on the time, based on the regions, or based on the product and their functions. Okay, so that is departmentation is also very helpful for the organization for the smooth functioning of day-to-day activities. Thank you.